Hey guys, Sleepy here, and welcome to a new pickups video. Got some cool stuff to share with you guys. We'll start off with some gifts that I received from my brother. He came up to visit with us for Memorial Day weekend. My brother lives like over 3 hours away from us, so he's only ever able to get up here once in a while, usually just around holiday times, a couple times a year. And so whenever he does come up, we like to sometimes go out game hunting, which we did, but we always are trying to play games together, cook out, or go eat out or something. It's just really fun to, spend time since I don't see my brother that much. So we had a really good time, and he had some gifts for me to share. This was stuff he got me for Christmas and my birthday, but since he wasn't able to be here for that, he brought them now. And then he also bought me a couple things while we were out game hunting. So I'll get started with those first, then we'll move on to stuff from local game stores. I got some from Best Buy, from GameStop, GameFly, and eBay. So got some cool things. So we'll start off here with first thing he gave me is a t-shirt, and this was a t-shirt he received as a pre-order bonus when he got the Dead Rising 2 game, and it says tape it or die, and it shows Dead Rising 2 there, and it shows a little silhouette of him. The only thing is, it does have a stain on there, and this has actually been sitting, he said, in his basement for years, and he just completely forgot about it, and recently found it, and knew that I liked Dead Rising 2, and thought it'd be a great addition to my collection. He's just like, you just need to wash it, get that stain out. So definitely really cool to get this. And man, they used to give out really cool pre-order bonuses. I remember getting a pre-order bonus Ghostbusters video game t-shirt when I pre-ordered that. So they did get some cool pre-order bonus stuff back in the day. You don't see too much of that these days anymore, sadly, but that was a cool gift to get. We were at that new retro store that I've talked about in my previous pickup videos that my buddy Todd found, and my brother and I went there, and he found two things he wanted to get me. First one was a Ghostbusters t-shirt, and this is the real Ghostbusters shirt. Now this is that one I talked about that was there for $10, but it was a 4X. Somebody left a suggestion as a comment on that pickup video saying that you should pick it up and then get a frame for it, and you could put the shirt in there, and then you can hang it on the wall and have a cool display piece. So I thought that'd be a kind of a cool idea, so he got me that, and it's got the 4 Ghostbusters there with Slimer, and then it's got the big ghost logo in the back. It says real Ghostbusters down there, but I thought it would definitely make a cool display piece. I really wish it was a lot smaller so I could wear it, but it is what it is, but really cool to get that. And then he also found a cool Ghostbusters jacket there as well, which is pretty cool. And it's basically like the Ghostbusters flight suit. Has the Ghostbuster logo there, and it makes it look like their flight suit. And then it also has a proton pack on the back, which I thought was pretty neat. But I'd never seen any of these at any stores or anything. It just looked really cool. And definitely will be wearing this once it gets cold again in the wintertime. So that was a really cool gift to receive from him. And that was really neat. So he knows I love Ghostbusters, so it's really cool to get that stuff. Now I got 2 more gifts that he gave me. And the first one, these are both our handheld consoles, as my brother has not been using any of these for years. He said they've just been kind of sitting around collecting dust, and this is kind of like the last of his retro stuff that he still has sitting around, and he wanted to give them to me to add to my collection. The first one we have is it's a new Nintendo 2DS XL, and it's the turquoise and black one, so it's in big shape. So it's the new, Nintendo released a new 3DS, a version of 3DS, but then also a new version of the 2DS, where it's basically the 3DS, but without the 3D aspect, so they call it the new 2DS. And so this is really cool. I plugged it in and charged it, and it works great. Really cool addition, because I did not have a new 3DS or new 2DS, and there are some exclusive games that only work on the new handheld that they made for the 3DSs when they call them the new one. So really cool. Looking forward to checking out some of those exclusive games, but really glad to have another backup handheld for the 3DS line of games. It's crazy. I was looking up to see how much these things were going for now, and they're going for like $200 or more, which is just absolutely crazy how much prices have shot up on handhelds since 2020. So that went up a bunch. Did have the charger for it. So we got the charger. Then he also had a cool carrying case that he had bought for it, and he actually found some of his games to go with it. So he got It's got Animal Crossing. I think this is the New Leaf for 3DS. Xenoblade Chronicles 3D for new Nintendo 3DS. So this will only work with the new consoles, not with the old 3DS. So that was cool to see. Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. And then I already have this one, so now I got an extra one. It's Super Mario 3D Land. So that's cool. And then a nice protective case to put it in to keep it from getting damaged. And it can hold games and stuff. So that was a great one to get. And then the other thing he gave me, another handheld, it's really cool, is he gave me his PlayStation Vita, which I already had bought one a few years ago, but I was looking into wanting to get a replacement one. Not replacement, but a backup one. And man, they're crazy. They're going for like $200, $250 here locally. Sometimes they want $300 for them, so it was really crazy. Didn't know if I was going to actually ever track one down. Now I don't have to worry about that since my brother gave me his, and it's in really good condition. Works great. Charged it. He already had given me the box to this. So it has the box with the manual inserts and everything, and that's already sitting up on the top shelf. So I now have a complete PS Vita, plus I have a backup one. So really awesome, as I do love the Vita, and I wanted to have a backup for all my consoles. So now I am good pretty much for every console in my collection. I now have at least one extra as a backup in case one breaks. I have a backup for it. I also can play multiplayer Vita games now locally, since I have two Vitas, which is definitely great addition to the collection. This is the original OLED model too, with the really good screen on it. Later on, I think they changed it to a cheaper version, he was saying, so really happy to have that. That came with a cool PlayStation Vita carrying case. It also had two games. That had PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale, Little Big Planet for Vita, and then it also has a 16 gigabyte Vita card, an 8 gigabyte Vita card, and then there's also a 32 gigabyte one that's already plugged into the console itself. So now I have a couple of those Vita memory cards, because those things are actually kind of expensive here locally. Even online they can get expensive. So I got that, and then he also had two chargers for it. So always glad to have extra chargers for the Vita. So very happy with those gifts. Thanks, man, so much. I really appreciate those. Now I'll move on to some stuff here that I picked up at that little retro store where where my brother got me that Ghostbusters shirt and jacket. I found a pre-order bonus for The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, and it's a little fabric poster. It was only $5, so that's cool. There was a little pre-order bonus at one of the retailers when you pre-ordered the game, so that'd be cool, neat one to hang up on the wall in the future. We'll move on to a couple games I got from GameFly. I love renting from GameFly, but I love buying games from them. And the great thing about them is when you buy a game used from them, they send you the case, and if there's any codes in it that were unused, you can use the codes, because they don't send those to people who rent it. They only send the game or the disc for the game or the cartridge if it's a 3DS game or a Nintendo Switch game, you know, that kind of thing. They only would send that out. They only give you the case if you buy it. So first one I got, it was a great deal for only $24, and this one's kind of getting harder to find. There wasn't a whole lot of copies printed for the Xbox One Series X. Just looking online was hard to find one. And now my buddy Dean got this and recommended it, and that is Sniper Elite Resistance. So that was cool to get and complete, and for only $24. Really good deal for that, so really happy to have that. Definitely want to play through the Sniper Elite series again, and I've never played this one, so I'm looking forward to checking it out, but I heard really good things from him about it. And then I also got a Nintendo Switch game here. This one's been on my list to get for a while. I was just waiting to get it for a good deal, because this one's always still like $55 or more here. Even at the local game stores, they're always expensive and never really go down, because they have that Nintendo tax, as people call. But I got it for, it was like $42, and that was Pikmin 4, which I do love the Pikmin games. I played the demo of Pikmin 4, loved it and beat it, but I wanted to finally add Pikmin 4 to my collection, so I now have all 4 Pikmin games in my collection. And I do love that it still has artwork on the inlay, just like a lot of the Switch games do, so really happy to have that. Next up, I got one thing I got from GameStop. I periodically go to my one local GameStop here, because all the other ones in my area sadly have all closed down, and so I just have this one GameStop here, and sometimes their selection is good, sometimes it's bad, but I was able to find one game that I've been looking for a while that I need to get for Xbox One, and this is the version I wanted to get. because I had the regular version, but I wanted to get the one that had all the DLC, and that is Sniper Elite 3, but this is the Ultimate Edition, which comes with 9 additional DLC packs. So really happy to get that. It was priced at $15, but I had my $5 off for the month of May, which I used, so I got it for $10, which is a hell of a deal for it. It's complete with a manual, so they actually put a manual with it, which is kind of cool. And at my local game stores here, they still want like $20 to $25 for a copy. So to get it for $10 is an excellent deal. So another one here for the Xbox collection. Next up, I got one game here that I picked up from GameFly. Really happy to have this in the collection. I definitely am looking forward to playing it here soon. There was all kinds of conflicting things about the release date of this game, physically, at least for Xbox, because all I could find were PS5 copies. And GameFly said they weren't going to get it till like June 18th, and Amazon was going to get it like June 13th, and Walmart said sometime in June they would get it. But Best Buy claimed that they had it, and so I went on the website, and they're like, hey, if you order in the next 15 minutes, we'll give you free shipping, and it'll be next day, or you can wait 3 or 4 days and have it shipped to the store. I'm like, well, I might as well buy it with free shipping and get it delivered to my house. So I ordered it on a Wednesday, and literally the next day, less than 24 hours later, FedEx delivered it right to my door, and that was the game called The Precinct. This is the limited edition, comes with a steelbook, and it comes with a map of the city and a digital soundtrack for $40 with free shipping, which is a hell of a deal. So this Xbox One copy here is going to be really hard to find in the future because it's just such a small print run. Modern games these days are just constantly pushing digital only, so they're only releasing smaller and smaller quantities, and this is definitely a game I really wanted to get. My buddy Dean had been sharing it with me for several months, and it just looked really good. And I know that they made the game called American Fugitive, which I played on my brother's Steam Deck, which I loved. I bought a PS4 copy of that game, which I do want to play and beat. But this just looked really fun. It's an isometric Grand Theft Auto style game, but where you play as a police officer and go through a story mode and everything. Just looked really cool, and it's really cool that the physical version comes with a steelbook, and I love steelbooks, so really happy to get this. So if you're looking to get a copy now, you can get them from Best Buy. At least you could when I bought it, and then other retailers will be getting copies. It's just various release dates. You'll just have to look when they're going to get them, but I was really happy that in the middle of May, right around the release date, I was actually able to get this copy added to my collection, so very happy to have that. Next up, we're going to share one thing I got from eBay, and this was to complete a small subset in my Xbox 360 collection. It's one that I've been trying to track down for a while. It's just a really rare and hard to find copy, and that is Happy Feet 2, but this is the special combo pack that came packed with a bonus DVD of Happy Feet. Now, there were 5 games total released in this little set of games that came with movies. Like there was Lego Harry Potter came with the Harry Potter movie, Marvel versus no, it's not Marvel, it was Mortal Kombat versus DC came with the Mortal Kombat movie. Lego, I think it was Lego Batman. Yeah, Lego Batman came with the Batman movie. So there was 5 of them total, and this was the 5th one that I needed to get for the set. Now I found it for $16. However, it was missing the movie and it was missing the manual. But I knew that the hardest part of the thing to find is the case itself. Even the game disc, it doesn't matter because they're all the same. So I bought that for $16, and it came with the game and the outer case. And then 2 days later, I found a seller on eBay who was selling just the manual for $5 with free shipping. So I purchased that. It took 2 weeks and just finally got here yesterday, and I was able to complete that. And then at that little retro store where I got that pre-order bonus, my brother got the Ghostbusters shirts, they had a brand new copy of the Happy Feet DVD to put in here for only $2. So I thought that was a great deal. So $16 for the overall case and game, $5 for the manual, and $2 for the movie, and I now finally have a complete copy of Happy Feet 2 combo DVD pack to complete that little subset. And that was a great deal because there are people who are selling a few copies on eBay, but they want $50, $60. There's even someone on there trying to get $260 for a copy for this. Definitely not worth it, but really happy to get that little subset completed from Xbox 360. Been looking for this one for like a year now. Finally ran into a copy. Very, very happy with that. And now we'll end here with some games I got from my local game stores. First up, for $8, got a copy of NASCAR 08, which I did want to get the various NASCAR games for 360. So trying to track them down. They're not easy to find here locally, but it was complete for $8. So that was a good price. For $12, I found NASCAR 2011, the game. It was also complete in really good condition. Very happy with that. This next one is one that's been on my radar for a while. I've just been looking to find a copy for a good price online. People want $50, $60 for this, and I didn't want to pay that. I knew eventually I'd find it locally, and that is Forza Horizon, but this is a limited collector's edition. $25, comes with a steel book, and has all the inserts and stuff. Now, obviously, the digital content it came with is no longer valid because even if the code wasn't used, you know, the Xbox 360 marketplace shut down. But I already have pretty much most of the DLC for Forza Horizon anyways, as I own a digital copy, but I never owned a physical copy of it, and I wanted to get this steelbook one. I knew they had it out there. I missed out on buying it years ago for a good deal, and I've always regretted it, but I didn't want to pay $50 or $60 for the steelbook, so I knew if I waited long enough I'd find it for a good deal. Finally got it for $25. Really awesome. Highly recommend. If you never played any of the Forza Horizon games, I recommend playing them. They're really good, especially this original Forza Horizon. Really awesome to have that in the collection now. And then we'll end with some Xbox One and Series X games. First up I got for $8 is called Curved Space. This is a really interesting little game that I saw on GameFly, and I was going to get it on there, but it was like $12, and I saw my local game store had it for $8, and so I'm looking forward to playing through this. It's a little intense arcade-style twin-stick shooter, so really happy to have that. Some old receipts are in there, but really cool. Got that. Next up here, I didn't even know that this game was out, as I love this series, and this is Mega Man, but this is Mega Man 11, so I have all 10 of the previous Mega Mans from the NES all the way up to Mega Man 10 on my Xbox One in an Xbox collection, and so this was another one I needed. Really awesome. Looking forward to checking out because I do love Mega Man, and it's really cool that it's part of that old retro Mega Man series that started on NES. Really looking forward to checking that out. So that was awesome. $12 too. Really good deal for that. Next up, and I've shared this in one of my weekly gaming playlist episodes when I bought this, but that was Sonic Superstars for $15. Very cool. I also had the pre-order bonus to download the Lego Eggman, which was not redeemed. I've got really lucky locally with these codes not being redeemed. Almost like, I'd say like 98% of the time when I find a game, the code really isn't ever used. So that's been cool. Then I had a little advertisement for Sonic the Hedgehog, but the Lego one. Then a little pamphlet there. And then it also has cool reversible artwork on the case. So that was really neat. Really been having fun playing through this Sonic game, and really happy to have this in the collection now. Highly recommend it if you're a fan of old school Sonic games. Check out Sonic Superstars. It's really awesome. It's a really good game. If you guys want to see some gameplay, just look for the episode where I showed this. You guys will see it in the thumbnail. Really cool game. Found another Sonic game there. Was marked down from 60 all the way down to 20. The store's been trying to sell it off. And that is Sonic Origins Plus. Has 16 classic Sonic games plus new playable characters. Now, what's interesting about this, though, is that only some of the games are physically on the disc. The rest are on a code. It also comes with a reversible cover sheet and a 20-page art book. And there's some new playable characters, and then 12 of the Game Gear titles are the ones that come with the code. So you want to buy this game new if you're going to get it for the Xbox. Don't buy it used because you will only get access to some of the games. You won't get access to all the Game Gear games. So I thought for 20 bucks it'd be a great deal. So I'll be able to open it up, get the code out of it, and add those to my collection. So really cool with the little outer slipcover. And then the last thing I picked up there is a little RPG game that a buddy had recommended, and that was Shining Resonance Refrain, the Draconic Launch Edition. So it comes in this cool little outer box. You can slip the little slip cover off of it, and then there's another little like metal tin that then the game is inside, and then that one was complete as well. So really cool, really happy with all of the games that I found that I added to the collection. You know, I'm not picking up a whole lot of stuff, but I'm still finding a few things here and there. I still have a list of 360 games I want to get and add to the collection to pick up by the end of this year, and just slowly working away at that list. Did receive some really awesome gifts for my brother that you guys saw. He always finds cool stuff to get me, and he's still been finding some old stuff from his collection that he's been given to me over the years, and it's just really do appreciate it. I want to thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys have been picking up lately. I always love hearing about the stuff you guys add to your collections. I want to thank you guys for watching. Take care. You guys have an amazing day, and Sleepy will see you next time.